Greetings, and welcome to episode 1 of No Plot Blog's Let's Play Minecraft Regrowth. In this series, we're going to be discussing the Modpack Regrowth, which is part of the Feed the Beast Modpacks. The idea is we start out in this dead, desolate world. We're surrounded by this cracked sand that we can't even really break, these big piles of slates, all these dead trees all over the place, and little patches of dead grass all over the ground. And that's really, well, and the ocean that we can't swim in. That's really all we have here. So the goal of this is to return this world to the lush, green, beautiful Minecraft world we know and love. And we do this through a series of quests. Now, when we first start out, we only have 2 quests available to us up here in the What the World Came to Be quest line. What the World Teaches actually covers the various tutorial books for the mod packs, so that the stuff that the quest line itself doesn't walk us through, we have the books available to teach us how to do all that. Now, in here we have Ender Reference, which wants us to kill an Enderman. And obviously, we're not going to be doing that right now. We actually won't be doing that for quite some time, because Endermen are hard to hunt down, and they're kind of difficult to fight, especially when all I have is my bare hands. So we're going to go straight into Let's Try Punching Things. Because, as we all know, the first thing you do in Minecraft is punch a tree. And this starts out really pretty much the same way. It wants us to collect some dead wood planks, some charcoal, and some flint. The flint actually comes from these piles of slate you see around us here. The others come from dead trees here. Now, when you break the bottom block, you'll get planks and sticks. If you break the top block, you get sticks, charcoal, and occasionally ash. And right now, ash doesn't really have any purpose, but we will be using it later. And a lot of it. So the quest only wants us to get, I think it's 10 planks, but because of the, not the next quest, but the one after that, it's actually pretty useful to go ahead and get yourself 20 to 30 planks. And even that's going to run us a little bit close. So I'm going to run around here and break a few of these trees just to get a good bit of planks going here. I'm going to try and find these short, stubby ones because then I don't have to worry about leaving... Oh, hello? That is a ravine. I do not want to fall down there. So, as I was saying, I'm going to break these little small stubby ones because I don't like to leave floating wood blocks sitting around everywhere. It drives me insane. It's one of my Minecraft pet peeves, is having floating tree blocks that are just out of reach, and then you have to build a tower up to them. And, hello, Mr. Zombie, where'd you come from? Huh. We haven't been through night yet, so I wouldn't expect any of the mobs to be out. One thing about this mod pack is, because of some of the mods running in here, we get some really nasty mobs at night. We get wither witches, we get fallen knights. When you kill skeletons and zombies, occasionally their head will pop off and start attacking and poisoning you, and it really adds a... Well, it fits the world where it really feels like it's scary to be out at night. So I'm just going to find me one more stumpy here just to make sure I have enough of these dead planks going. And it doesn't hurt to have a good bit of charcoal as well. And there we go. That should actually take us for a while. So I'm going to go ahead and turn in this quest. And the rewards for the quests in this game are very important. In a lot of cases, they'll give you access to things that you're not going to be able to get otherwise. In this particular case, we're rewarded with 12 apples. Because the world is completely dead, there's no food sources anywhere unless you kill that zombie and eat its rotten flesh. Those 12 apples are going to have to last us until we can get some carrots growing. Now with that done, we're going to move on to such a tool. And such a tool is going to get us the basic tools we need to get underground and start getting some cobblestone and some dirt and things we need to start reworking the land. And for this quest, we're going to need 4 tool rods, a binding, 2 axe heads, a pickaxe head, and 2 shovel heads. Now, I always forget about the fireworks. Now for the heads of the tools, these are all shapeless recipes. Or I'm sorry, these are shaped recipes. So 2 across the top will give us a flint pickaxe head. Kind of an upside down L shape will give us the axe head. And then 1 flint on top of another flint will give us the shovel head. 2 sticks at an angle give us the binding. And 1 stick on top of another stick will give us the tool rods. And that completes that part of the quest. Now with that, it wants us to build a pickaxe, an axe, a shovel, and a matlock. Mattock. Why did I say matlock? It's a good show. A mattock. Now, the pickaxe is used, obviously, to break harder things like this cracked sand here and cobblestone. The axe normally would be for cutting down trees, but we're actually going to be using that as a crafting ingredient. The shovel obviously picks up softer things like dirt and sand, and the mattock is a farming tool. You use it to till the sand so we can plant our crops. It also will work as either an axe or a shovel, but it doesn't work quite as good as both. Now for this part, these are shapeless recipes. So we can throw this stuff in any way we want, and technically we can use sticks to make our tools, but since the quest required us to make these wooden tool rods, figure we might as well get some use out of them. Go ahead and make our shovel, make our axe, and our mattock. Now with this done, we can go ahead and turn in this quest. It gives us the first book for Tinker's Construct, which is the mod that we're using to build these tools, actually. Flint store blade, and our choice of guards to put with that blade. I'm going to pick the hand guard because that gives us the longsword. Longsword is kind of the middle of the road weapon. The crossbar would give you a rapier, which is faster but does a little less damage. And the wide guard will give you a broadsword, which is slower but does a bit more damage. I kind of like going in the middle of the road there. Now with this done, we could go ahead and move on to grasping at straws. But because the sun's not going to be up for very much longer here, wherever she happens to be hiding. Oh, there she is. The sun's not going to be up for very much longer here, and I want to get us situated in a base of operations, and preferably... I have no idea where the ocean went. Preferably, I'd like us to build close to the ocean there, but we can always find that later. I just use that because I get lost very easily, as is currently demonstrated. But we'll just go ahead and dig down right here. And let's just go ahead and one more. There we go. And then from here, I'm just going to dig me a little 3x3 area. Whoops. I didn't mean to break that block there. I'll put it back. And our 3x3 area is going to be... Why did I dig that too wide? Force of habit, when I dig my mines in regular Minecraft, I tend to dig them too wide. There we go. And then, what is that block? No. That block there. Just because I tend to get claustrophobic and the wider hallways don't feel as crowded. But for this is just a little temporary hidey hole that we're laying out just to get down here while the sun's out. And going to go ahead and use a few of these sticks that we got and some of this charcoal. Not going to use all of it, but some of it, to go ahead and give us some torches. I know you only need one, but that sun really was going down fast. Let's go ahead and seal ourselves in for the night. So while we're down here, we're going to go ahead and move on to patterned response. Patterned response wants us to make all the necessary stations that we're going to need to work with Tinker's Construct and to smelt down things and make charcoal if we need some more charcoal. For this, we're going to need to have a tool station, a stencil table, a part builder, a pattern chest, a crafting table, and a furnace. So starting with the crafting table, basically these dead wood planks act exactly the same as if they were regular planks. You just can't build anything with them on the ground. However, if we put them in a 4x4 square like we would expect to do to build a crafting table, we don't get one. What we instead have to do is put a full repair axe in with the planks, and that will give us our crafting table. And I'm going to go ahead and make 2 of those because we're going to need 2 of them. But that's why I'm not using the axe to cut wood, because I'm using it to build crafting tables instead, and I need it to stay in full repair. Now for the Tinker's Construct stuff, we're going to need some stencils, and that's simply a checkerboard pattern of your planks and sticks. We can then come in here on the crafting table and lay out a full 3x3 of these planks to give ourselves a log, and go ahead and build ourselves a couple of chests. One just put down for storage, and the other one makes our pattern chest. We put the log down with the stencil, that gives us our part builder. A plank will give us our stencil table, and the crafting table that we made, the second one, will give us our tool station. Now, tool station I'm going to stick up in the corner here. It looks funky, but this down here is really just a temporary setup, just until we have enough resources for me to start building my dream house, and then everything obviously will get moved over there. So we're going to put the stencil table here and the part builder here, and the pattern chest is going to sit in between them. And the reason I do that, it's not so much that the pattern chest needs to sit by the stencil table, so much as it's just a nice quick turn of the head to drop stencils in there when I make them. But with the part builder, the pattern chest's inventory actually appears inside of it, so long as it's sitting next to that pattern chest. And that's really helpful for when we're making our parts. Lastly, we're going to take 8 cobblestone, make ourselves a furnace. I'm going to put that down right there. And the other chest we made, I'm going to put down in between it, and just kind of dump the stuff that we're not really going to be using regularly in there. Cobblestone. Eventually I'll make a bookshelf for that book, but right now I'm going to save 1 stick, however, because we're going to come over here to the tool builder, and I'm making a longsword. But if you pick the broadsword, it's that button, the rapier, that button. And we're just going to put the flint blade, the bone handguard, and the stick in. And that'll give us our longsword so that, those little stragglers in the morning out here. And spiders, for some reason, I don't know if it's part of the Modpack or just my bad luck, but they continue attacking well on into the day. Over here, we're going to start digging down because we're going to need dirt and cobblestone. And those things are found underneath this layer of cracked sand that's covering the entire world. And I do have a terrible habit of not lighting my stairs. And it doesn't really affect me, but I know with these videos, if it's kind of dark on my screen, it's really dark for you guys. So feel free to yell at me if I'm not putting enough light down. And I might even hear you and put a light down. Anyway, it doesn't look like I'm going to be hitting dirt soon, so obviously watching somebody mine is not the most entertaining thing in the world. We're still kind of dark outside. What I'm going to go ahead and do, because there's not really much left to do in here until it's time to go outside other than dig down and try to find me some dirt. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here, and I'll be back in just a few minutes, and we'll go ahead and get to work on grasping at straws. Okay, we're back, and it's almost dawn here. While we were gone, I went ahead and let's go ahead and turn in the pattern response quest, because that's going to give us a stencil, some charcoal, some dead planks, things that come in handy. Also, while we were gone, I went ahead and did Earthly Possessions, which wants us to gather 32 cobblestone and 32 dirt. Went ahead and dug down there, got the dirt and the cobblestone. It rewards us with some clean stone, dirt, and our choice of either limestone or marble. Now, when I go to build my dream home, it's going to be made out of a lot of marble, so I'm going to go ahead and go with that quest reward. Let's go ahead and stick those guys in the chest, because we don't really need them right now. And the stencil, we're going to stick in our pattern chest. Now, I should be able to go ahead and break this block here, and lo and behold, it's dawn. Let's make sure there's no residual nasties out here. No, looks pretty safe. So we're going to go ahead to Grasping at Straws here, which wants us to pick up some floral fertilizer, some clay, some bone meal, a pasture seed, and some belladonna. Now, the way these are acquired is you just break these dead pieces of grass here, and it's just like breaking tall grass in regular Minecraft. Most of the time you'll get nothing. Occasionally something will pop out. Oh, look, skeleton left an arrow for me. How thoughtful of him. That skeleton over there did not leave an arrow for me. He left the whole skeleton. Hey there, buddy. Hey, little buddy. You are so going to kill me when I'm not looking, so we're going to come around the tree here, and there we go. And this is basically it. You're going to be running around for a while, breaking these grass blocks and collecting what you can. There's another pasture seed. You need a few of each item, so, just kind of check in on the quest every once in a while. And when you've completed a task, it'll appear in green there. It says 0% even if you've collected a few of them, but you can hit manual detect down here. No, that only works on turn-in quests. It doesn't work for detection quests. So, yeah, you just kind of have to check in every once in a while and see if you've collected enough of the item to finish the quest. So I'm just going to break a few more blocks here. I'm not going to have you guys sit through me collecting everything I need for this quest, because it does take some time running around breaking all these blocks, and it's kind of boring to watch, I'm sure. Unless another skeleton shows up, and then we can have some excitement killing him, right? So let's go ahead and break that one there, and we are actually getting pretty close to the 20-minute mark here. So I probably should wrap this up for this week. Next week I'll have finished this Grasping at Straws quest, so we'll go ahead and turn that in. When we turn it in, we're going to get some wheat seeds, some carrot seeds, and some potato seeds. And those are going to come in really handy, first of all, for food. We need the carrot seeds to grow carrots that are going to be our primary source of nutrition for quite a while in the game. And also those are going to help us get started on crossbreeding to get more life into the world. So, let's see here. So yeah, the next time we're here, we'll finish that quest up. We'll get started getting some grass out, start growing some crops, and start crossbreeding. So, I'd like to thank you all for watching the No Plot blog Let's Play Minecraft Edition Regrowth. Hopefully this video was fun and educational, and if you have any questions, criticisms, or just want to say hi, feel free to comment below. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe and check out the No Plot blog at the link below. And as always, thank you for playing.